Hello, you guys. Whew. Deep breath. Insanity must be running rampant because I don't know what possessed me to want to do this reading, but I feel like I have to do it, and we're going to do it. So I hope it helps you guys because I have not traveled or traversed the twin flame space in many years. However, we're going to get into this reading. This is going to be a twin flame reading. So if you resonate with the twin flame journey, if this reading found you or you found it, this may be your reading. But take it how it resonates. Don't bring anything into your life that does not belong. Don't create scenarios that could be a detriment to you because that's not going to help anyone. More specifically, you. But be sure to use your intuition and your discernment when listening to this reading. I don't know what's going to come out, but we have a spread and we're going to do it. Because when God tells you that you need to do something, you listen. Whoever you believe in, whoever you pray to, God, the Most High, the universe, whatever, your guardian angels, take it how it resonates, okay? I'm not here to push religion down your throat. Is there somebody doing that to y'all? Pushing religion down your throat? I don't know. But like and subscribe as well. You guys, that's a great way to keep the energy flowing in your life, okay? The intention is for you to have clarity. I hope this reading helps. And let's see what's going on. If you guys want to book a personal reading, the link is below. Thank you so much for all of your support. And before too much time passes, let's get into it. Guardian angels. Archangels, spirit guides, and ancestors of the highest vibration, Father, Mother, God. For the collective, when it comes to those within the collective who resonate with the twin flame journey. What is the message? All right. So your thoughts towards your twin flame, your feelings towards your twin flame, your actions towards your twin flame. Ooh. Okay. Your twin flame's thoughts towards you, their actions towards you. Okay. We might have to move this over a little bit. Did I say actions? That was wrong. Thoughts. That was supposed to be feelings, but I said actions. Let's just pull a third card. Okay. We're going to leave it the way it is, but just make a note. Because I believe I said actions when I was supposed to say feelings, but you never know when you're doing these readings. Okay. The situation between the two of you. The lesson that Spirit is trying to show you or teach you. The hidden aspects. What's hidden? Ooh. And the advice. Ooh. So we got major arcanas all on this line. This is an emotional connection. This situation going on right now with you and your twin flame is definitely deeply steeped in emotions on both sides. And it plays a major role in both of your emotional states, whether they want to admit it or not. That's what's going on. This is also connected to personal power, fate, destiny, free will, choice, all of these things. And that plays a role in how each of you experience this connection. All right? Both of you right now, I feel like, are in a position where you're kind of relishing, I would say, in the overcoming of certain obstacles, the success that you're experiencing in your life. With the Six of Wands, both of you guys feel like you deserve attention, want attention, things like that. Both of you may feel like the other person wants attention, and you may be in that tug of war, okay? Your emotions towards your twin flame is like, really, in my opinion, this feeling that things will come together, that things will work out, that you will find your way to each other or find your way back to each other. And their emotions towards you, I feel like, are kind of unclear because of the fact that I said actions instead of emotions. But they have the Empress here. How they feel about you, more than likely, is this Empress energy. This person may see you as very nurturing, loving, protective, okay? Because they think of the Queen of Cups when thinking of you. You could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You could also be a Taurus, a Virgo, or possibly a Libra. Some of you may have Sagittarius in your chart or be a Sagittarius because, yeah. Or they could be, because the King of Wands is here, possibly also Leo, or I wanted to say Aquarius, Scorpio, which is not the other fire sign. It's Aries, okay? Who is this person? Wow, the Three of Swords is at the bottom. I feel like you guys are realistic when it comes to this situation. You're not one of those delusional people who fantasize the twin flame journey, in my opinion. I feel like you're fully aware of the falsehoods and platitudes of the twin flame journey. You're fully aware of the rhetoric, programming, the delusions that people have. You're not somebody sitting out here looking like Bambi, all doughy-eyed, wondering when your twin flame is going to show up. I don't think that's your perspective. I feel like the way you think about this person is the time that you've spent together, the time that you've invested in this connection, the fact that you've planted the seed, and it still hasn't really, it really hasn't bared or bore any ripened fruit. Like, you haven't really gotten a lot out of this connection. You're contemplating whether or not it's worth spending more time or energy investing into it. You may feel like you're waiting on this person because there's a lot of, there's a lot of stationary energy. There's, with the Seven of Pentacles and the Temperance card, it's like you're being patient. You're wanting to understand where this person is coming from because you view it from a higher perspective. But at the same time, I feel like you guys aren't necessarily holding your breath, because if you did, you would suffocate waiting on this person. Okay? So it's like, I feel like a lot of you guys know what the connection is, but you're not necessarily banking a whole lot of your energy or your chips on it, because I feel like you probably have in the past, and you're thinking about that and wondering if it was worth it. Okay? Some of you could be waiting for this person to reach out. In any case, there's a delay, and you're thinking about how long it's going to take before you are able to either connect back with this person or move on from this person. When it comes to your actions being the Four of Pentacles, you're kind of like holding on to hope. That's what I feel. I feel like you don't want to let it go 100%. But I also feel that you are having to consider whether or not this connection is worth your time and worth your energy. That's pretty much what it is. Some of you who moved on from the twin flame journey and you're working to process your emotions surrounding it, feel that it was there for a reason, but that you need to prepare for what comes in the future. I feel like a lot of you guys can sense that you're about to have an opportunity, or you're about to have someone new come into your life, and you're like, I want to be prepared for that, if that's the case. Because if that person comes into my life, even if they aren't, even if the connection doesn't have the same ferociousness of a twin flame connection, it still may be something that benefits me. You may already have someone else in your life, but you still think about this person and you want to process those emotions. Now, what this is trying to teach you is the Four of Cups. You have 2 4s out here. And I feel like it's trying to teach you about gratitude. You know, being grateful for the time that you had, to be honest with you, right? For a lot of you guys, this is also about rejection. Teaching you how to process and deal with rejection, or emotional rejection specifically. There's only one Cups card besides the Queen of Cups. So it's kind of like all over the place, to be honest with you. It kind of feels like whoever this person is, who you consider to be your twin flame, they have desires, they have wants, they want things, they desire things. But I also feel that they may struggle with making decisions. I feel like all of these things you already know. They're dealing with another person. So I don't know if you're, because you could be the Empress and the Queen of Cups. It just depends. Like, they think about you as the Queen of Cups, but they feel like you're an Empress. Take it how it resonates. But they could have 2 feminine energies in their life. Okay. I feel like also this person wants what they can't have with them looking at the Four of Cups. And their ego creates a desire within them to want what they can't have, and also for them to want for what they can't have to want them. Do you see what I'm saying? They know they can't have you, but they want you to want them, okay? So let's see. Why is the Seven of Pentacles here for the collective's thoughts about their twin flame? Knight of Swords. 6 of Swords. 4 of Wands. You're waiting for this person to come towards you and tell you that they want a relationship, but not for any other reason than them feeling like that's truly what they've decided, right? You're not waiting on this person to come and tell you that they want to be with you just for the sake of being with you. You want them to tell you that they want to create a solid foundation with you. You want them to tell you that they see your value and your worth. You want them to tell you that they now understand what this means, and that you were the person who was brought into their life for a reason. You don't want them to just say, oh, I want to be with you, just because they know you want to be with them, or because they gain something from it. You want them to feel guided towards you. You want them to follow what you feel Spirit is trying to tell them that they haven't been listening to. And if they don't come towards you with that authentic desire or that authentic intention behind their approach, you're going to know that there are nefarious reasons behind them wanting a relationship. You want this person to make plans with you because they want to make plans with you, not because you asked them to make plans with you. Okay, what's the Knight of Swords? The Ace of Cups. Yeah. You're waiting for them to tell you how they feel. You're waiting for them to tell you that they love you. You're waiting for them to let you know that the connection that you feel to them is the same thing that they feel for you, and to understand what it means. The Six of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. Yeah. I feel like also you want this person to prioritize your feelings and emotions. You want them to pay attention and acknowledge your feelings and emotions and how much loss they could have possibly caused or created from their actions and what they've done. You want them to give back to you the things that you gave to them throughout the ups and downs that you guys have had in this connection. Six of Pentacles. To pay attention to your feelings and not ignore the situations that they kind of like put you through, or you feel like you've gone through together, by communicating their understanding towards you. I feel like you want them to make amends. I feel like you want peace with this person, but it's like there's this back and forth that they continue to like want to have with you. And I feel like a lot of you are feeling like it's time possibly to tell this person that you can't prioritize this connection anymore, and that you may need to move forward because you have other things that you want to accomplish in life. Like, you may not say it like that. You may not even speak to them at all. But I feel like you guys are afraid of rejecting this person because you're afraid that all the effort that you put in with them will be in vain. Or you're nervous about them possibly taking that as you like giving up on them. Because you do care about this person. I feel like you love this person. You have feelings towards this person that you want to express. And you know that they have feelings that they really would like to express to you, and that you wish they would feel comfortable expressing to you, but that they don't. And it's like, I feel like you're really trying to be cautious. And this actually appears to kind of have turned a little bit into procrastination, because I feel like you guys deep down, you know that you should have had this conversation a long time ago. They think about you as the Queen of Cups. Why is the Queen of Cups here? For how this person feels about collective. Queen of Wands. They see you as not being afraid to express your emotions. They see you as very emotionally fluid, very emotionally free. Okay? They definitely see you as attractive, nurturing, loving, caring, being very emotionally mature. Eight of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles, though. I feel like they think about your fearlessness and they compare themselves to you in that aspect. Like, they wish they could be as confident as you are. They wish they could do things without caring what people think. They wish they could step out on faith and like focus on what they want to focus on instead of focusing on what other people are going to think about what they're doing. Whoever this is, they really admire you. They really do. They admire you wholeheartedly. Wow, Queen of Swords. So I kind of feel like their feelings towards you are the Empress, just because I asked specifically their thoughts about you in this connection. And the Queen of Cups came out with two other queens. The only one we don't have is the Queen of Pentacles. So unless the Queen of Pentacles comes out, then, you know, tarot will prove me wrong. But as far as this is concerned, The only thing that they feel like you're missing is the security and stability, right? It doesn't mean that you're poor or broke. It means that they don't see a future with you, even though they feel like you have everything that they want. The reason why they don't see a future with you is because there's something socially unacceptable about who it is that you are. You say what you mean what you say. You talk about your feelings and you say how you feel, regardless of what people think. This is the type of person who would be scared to bring you around their family because they know their family is probably fucked up. And especially if you've been around their family before, or you've been around people who they come from, they're very careful and cautious because I feel like they know that someone in their family or one of their friends is going to say something dumb or stupid or tell you something about them that they don't want you to know. And you're going to say whatever comes to your mind. Like, they see you as not having a filter. And I feel like that's why the Queen of Pentacles is missing, because the person who they would consider to be a practical match, because earth energy is practical, the person who they would consider to be a practical match would be somebody who doesn't do that, because it's like maybe they're more docile, maybe someone who's more submissive, maybe someone who's more amicable and moldable is somebody who they would consider the Queen of Pentacles energy, because that person is not going to, I don't know, that person is not going to cause too much of commotion. But with you, if they take you around their coworkers, kind of like, you know, in the show Outlander, if y'all have watched Outlander, when Claire came back to the future from old world Scotland, if you haven't watched it, great show. Blood of My Blood is coming out tomorrow. I'm filming this on August 7th, you guys. So I'm really excited for Blood of My Blood. Shout out to y'all. Put it in the comments. Let me know if you watch Outlander and you're excited for Blood of My Blood. But basically, if you know the show, there was a scene in the show where Claire comes back from the past. She traveled to the past through the stones by accident, ended up meeting this person, this man, ended up falling in love with him, being married to him, being his wife, getting pregnant with his child. She was fighting to come back to the future the whole time, and then she just surrendered. She gave up because she was like, man, it just ain't happening. And then feelings started getting involved, and like, it was just a whole situation. But then she ended up having to come back, and I don't want to spoil too much of it if you've never watched it, but she was forced to come back because of a dangerous situation. The man from the past forced her to come back to her future life, her current life, her real life, quote unquote, to her first husband. And basically, they decided to move across country, start fresh, try to erase everything that happened. And she was going to a social mixer at his new job. He was a professor at a university. And because she came directly from old world Scotland, where the women were very strong and they were very outspoken, and she was already that way, but a lot of her was like suppressed by her first husband. And when she went back to the past and traveled back through the stones, she kind of like awakened a part of her that was more self-assured, more confident, more outspoken, more emotionally versatile, not volatile. She had emotional control, but she was very passionate. And she was not like the normal 40s or 50s conventional wife, which would, it's kind of like, that's the energy that I'm getting with this, with the Queen of Pentacles energy being missing. Eight of Swords was at the bottom with the Queen of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. Now we have the Eight of Cups. Okay. So that Eight of Wands, which is communication, it's fiery, it's quick, it's passionate, it's clever, right? Along with the Nine of Swords, plus we had the Eight of Swords. The truth of it is that this person is afraid that, honestly, you will shake up their life. and then walk away. They're anxious that you will tell them one day that you don't want to be with them anymore if they were to fully fall into this connection with you without restrictions, without restricting themselves. They feel that if they fully fall in this connection with you, that you won't be the conventional, docile, amicable wife or husband. Take it how it resonates. Right? Some of you, if you're masculines watching this, this person feels like you may bring out a side of them that they're afraid of, or that you may not be able to handle them. That's for the masculines, right? But in general, it's just not, in their mind, a good fit, which is because their pride and their ego and their insecurities outweigh their choice to follow their heart and to really like embrace that path. I feel like this person is afraid you're going to leave them because of who it is that you are. And that could mean that you're more passionate than them, or that could mean that you're more submissive than them, right? Because if this is a woman who's very passionate, she may be afraid that one day you're going to leave her as a masculine because she's quote unquote too much to handle. So do you see how it flips? So if I'm describing it as kind of like a woman being you watching, or a feminine watching, understand that those same feminine aspects that I'm talking about could be why this person on the flip side is running from the masculine. Okay. I hope that makes sense, because then we would be here all day. But anyway, that's what this person is thinking. Okay. Well, I guess what they're feeling, whatever this Empress is, what is that? Hangman reverse. That was quick. Hangman reversed. I feel like you give this person clarity that they otherwise may not have been able to find in other people. Death card, Sun card, all major arcana, Scorpio energy, Leo energy, Pisces or Virgo. I feel like this is how they feel you act, because I said, what are their actions? But I was supposed to say feelings. This could be how they feel about how you act. Okay, Death card and the Sun card. Hold on. What's the Hangman reverse with this Empress? What's the Hangman reverse? Five of Swords. Four of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. Yeah. Okay, so this person feels like you want to possess them or you want to control them. Four of Pentacles. I don't think that's what it is. Your actions are the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, and remember I said how they feel you act, and the actions that are under your pile are the Four of Pentacles, and here's the Four of Pentacles. Boom. We here. Y'all be sure to like the video, okay? I need y'all to boost this bad boy up, okay? If you want me to do more of these readings, I need you to like the video, share it with someone, subscribe, do all the things, get in the comments, you guys. Help your girl, okay? They feel like you're trying to be possessive of them, but subconsciously, they don't realize that their emotions towards you express the low vibrational end of this Four of Pentacles because of the Five of Swords. It's like they feel like you want to talk to them all the time, or you want to possess them all the time, or you want to be around them all the time. But with the Hangman reverse, it's like that's a distortion. We saw the Death card with the Sun card, and that's like a distortion because they're positioning it as if you want to possess them, but in truth, they are trying to possess you while still remaining in the original energy that they came into the connection with. Had they looked at it differently, or had they, maybe if they could possibly think about it differently, they would realize the value of what you possess, because they see, they know you feel as if you're the empress, or they feel like you are an empress. I feel like they see you as feeling as if you are an empress. Like they know you believe that you are an empress and you deserve empress treatment. That's how they observe you. That's what they think you deserve. That's what they know you deserve. However, it's like giving you that, they feel like they would have to give something up. And this person is holding on to this like control of the relationship, of the connection, of the communication. I don't necessarily think there's a third party here, but I think there are a lot of women that influence this person's decisions. So whether that's their mother, their sisters, their cousins, their daughter, their nieces, their, friends, their coworkers, people online who they hear talking, right? They are acting this way, even though they're trying to project as if you're acting this way. You're wanting to value what you have with this person and hold on to it because it's valuable, and you don't take it for granted. They want to hold on to this connection and hold on to you in a position of like restriction, because they feel like if they don't do that to you, or if they don't treat the situation with you that way, then you will possess them or trap them. Some of you, this person feels like you may trap them with a baby. Not sure why. Maybe you talk about wanting a family and they're like, hell no. You're going to take my freedom away. This person feels as if you're doing things to lock them down. However, with the Hangman being reversed and the Death card and the Sun card, what they don't realize is that this is kind of what they asked to be brought into their life. And now that it's here, they're rejecting it. Because the Two of Cups is like a higher connection, or a connection that's protected by the universe. A connection that may not be 100% equally yoked, and it may be two different people from two different places, living two different lives who come together, but it's also a protected union. If the Two of Cups was reversed, then it would be trash. But it's a protected union that this person is trying to kind of control and possess and like mold the way that they want to mold it, which is preventing them from being able to see clearly, Hangman reverse, that the transformation that would happen if they fully embrace this connection, Death card, would end up being a very happy and prosperous situation. Sun card. Do you get what I'm saying? Yes. So if they would stop trying to project their own insecurities onto you and project their own actions onto you, then they would see how beneficial this connection would be. Because a lot of the things that they're struggling with wouldn't be as hard if they allowed and embraced the transformation that evolving this connection would bring. But they feel like you're trying to trap them or get the upper hand or have control over them, and they want to hold on to that control. And when it comes down to being in a healthy relationship, you can't hold on to control of another person, because that means that it's out of balance. And I feel like you feel that as well. Like you feel like you're contemplating like, hey, is this worth it? Because this is not balanced. There needs to be more balance. I feel like you're also willing to compromise, but you can't compromise with nothing. Like if there's nothing on the table for you to work with, what are you going to transmute? What are you going to alchemize? They're not giving you anything to work with. What's the Temperance? What's the and I just got a message. If you guys are like, dang, why did this reading just randomly pop up? Who is this girl? I'm the girl that reads tarot like no one you've ever seen before, okay? It might look the same. It might be some copycats out there, but I am the original bitch, okay? So welcome. I'm glad you're here. Let's get into some things. Let's break some generational curses and heal some trauma. Come with me, because it's pretty good, to be honest with you. And also, this reading probably popped up, especially if you haven't been thinking about no twin flame shit at all, because for some reason, either the connection is going to become relevant again in some aspect of your life. Doesn't mean this person is going to come into your life or come forward, but the connection is going to become relevant again, either because of the retrograde, because of things that you're healing that now you've overcome, and spirit wants you to see the full circle moment, kind of like your life flashing before your eyes, so that you be prepared for the next stage and you'll have a complete understanding. Or because there's something that you maybe missed, I don't know, or possibly even doubting yourself about. So why is the Temperance here for the collective's feelings towards this twin flame? Oh, Three of Cups reversed. I feel like you want to try again with this person, but you're not sure if it's worth it. I feel like you guys don't want to waste any more time. Yeah, Ten of Swords, Knight of Cups. You feel betrayed by them. You feel like you're trying to put the pieces back together when it comes to everything you may have lost or sacrificed when it comes to dealing with them. This person wants you to make all the sacrifices because they see you as abundant. They see you as having everything. They see you as not going through as much as them. I suffered more. They're doing a victim competition with you. So they feel, but they do this with everybody. So it's like certain people just appease them. Yo ass ain't finna appease them. You not finna play this motherfucker's game. That's the problem that they have with you. That's why the connection is here. Because you're the one person that came into their life and told them, I'm not gonna baby you. Grow the fuck up. And it's not that you want them to be boring or totally ignore their childlike energy. You want them to allow it to be free. But you want it in the most healthy, high vibrational version. You don't want it in a low vibrational petty version. Because the petty version is what they're doing now. You feel betrayed by this person. You feel caught off guard. You feel like they stabbed you in the back. They just kind of stomped all over your feelings. They weren't very kind to you. They didn't want to include you in their life. But they always wanted to come and apologize for the things that they did to make you unhappy, the lies that they told you, the deception that they created. What's the Three of Cups reversed? It's interesting, both of y'all have reversed cards. Clarifying those. Two of Wands. You feel like one day this person is going to make the decision to come together with you, but you don't know when that day is going to come. So I feel like when I say that, I mean like one day you're going to know, one day you know that this person, one day you're going to know. Listen to that. One day you know that this person is going to realize the value that you hold. They already know the value that you hold. You heard the bird, but they don't want to acknowledge it because they feel like that would be relinquishing power. But one day you know that they're going to realize what they kind of like missed out on with you. And I feel like you guys know that you have to make a decision to move on because it's not working out. It's just not. They've hurt you too many times. They've lied to you over and over and over again. They possibly cheated on you over and over and over again. Whatever they did, it was something that you don't necessarily, I don't think you necessarily don't want to forgive them or haven't forgiven them. Some of you have. But it's like with that forgiveness comes acceptance that this person may never change, which brings you to the question of, are you going to sit around and wait for this situation to happen the way you want it to? Or are you going to move forward into the unknown and deal over time with the emotions of rejection and the emotions of loss? Excuse me, because when you talk about twin flame connections, there's definitely a great deal of loss and grieving. I feel like you're processing your grief and you're taking your time. And Spirit is supporting you through this because that's the Temperance card. Ace of Swords and the Devil. Ooh. Some of you have realized that this connection is very much so like, I don't want to say it's demonic. It's not. I don't want to say it's like angel and demon come together and fall in love. It could be, but that's not what it is to me. I feel like you see the spell work connected to this connection. Like you can feel, oh my, almost knocked down my ring light. You can feel how intertwined and interwoven your cords are. The strings that bind you. But look, if you look at the Devil card on this deck, the strings are in the Devil's hand, but they're not connected. They're broken. I feel like you see the truth that this is not healthy. It's toxic for you more than anything else. Also for this person. But I feel like you're being more selfish, which is good. I feel like you're sacrificing what you want, what you crave, what you're drawn to do what you feel is best for you, right? Because you know that continuing to wait on this person and continuing to like put so much energy and time and effort into this person is going to drag you to the pits of hell. You are the person who believes in love and twin flame connections and being connected on a deeper level with people without being stupid about it. Okay? I fuck with you, whoever you are. But yeah, you're grieving. You're grieving the fact that this did not work out even though you wanted it to so badly. What's hidden though is funny because there's a higher purpose and reason for why it didn't work out. Or for why things went down the way they went down. Not only because of the Wheel of Fortune, but also the Justice card, which basically says the same thing. Not only is there a practical reason, justice, for this happening the way it did, but there's also a mystical, magical reason with the Wheel of Fortune. Okay? But you see the truth, and you know you have to sacrifice this person in order to save yourself. It's kind of like both of you are standing there with the strings of the Devil card around your neck. And it's like this person doesn't want to leave the devil, but you want to leave. You're like trying to convince them, you can take the chain off your neck. You can take the string off from around your neck. You can take it off. Come on, let's take it off. Let's go. And they're like, no, I can't. It's around my neck. And you're sitting there like, you idiot. You can take it off. You just watch me take mine off. Come on, let's go. And they're like, but how are we going to go? And you're like, oh my God. So now it's like the doors are closing and you got to make a decision because the big back devil, oh my goodness, the big back devil is about to come if that door closes and you don't get out and the chain is going to tighten. So you got to now make a decision. Can you drag this person with you? Probably not. Can you take off their chain for them? I don't think it works like that. It'll probably just reappear. Like whoever's wearing the chain has to be the one to take it off. And now that the door is coming down and you have to make a decision, you're coming to the realization in this heat of the moment, adrenaline pumping scenario, that you're going to have to choose between sacrificing yourself and staying here with this person to hopefully try to convince them and find another way out of the devil's cave, or saying, fuck this, and running and catching the door before it closes. And I think you've chosen to run and catch the door before it closes. And that's hard because it's literally like any other situation where you can't save someone. And you have to literally watch them still be in that situation no matter how hard you fought for them to get out of it. You have to look back and see that they're still there and continue to walk forward and turn around and leave them. That is the hardest thing that an individual, a human being, can do. And people think it's a joke. People think it's funny or they make fun of it. But, you know, I never stopped doing twin flame readings because I didn't believe in the twin flame journey. I just was sick of that shit. You get what I'm saying? And I don't like the oversaturation of mainstream media and frauds. So I just stepped away from it. But that's what it is. What's the Four of Pentacles for the collective's actions? I feel like you're still holding on to hope that this person will figure out how to save themselves. What's the Four of Pentacles? The Devil. See? You're holding on to hope that they will save themselves. Yeah, Six of Wands. Star. Bitch, did I just not speak that? I did. I feel like you have to turn your attention away from this connection and focus on your own healing individually. The Star is alone. The Devil is with two people. So basically the order that it comes out is the Six of Wands, the Devil, the Star. You successfully escaped the Devil's lair. You've overcome and successfully outrun your enemy. You're coming back with the Six of Wands from battle, successful when it comes to breaking these chains and healing a lot of the trauma that you have. And that's what it is. The Devil's lair is a proverbial metaphor for your healing process. And this is somebody who you trauma bonded with in a spiritual realm somewhere that you vowed to stick together with. It's like you were two kids running around in the devil's lair trying to escape the devil. And one day, one of you realized, hey, this is how we escape. Because what we've been doing this whole time to escape hasn't been working, and the same thing's just been happening. The devil always catches us. The chain always, comes back around our neck. Or it's like you were running through the devil's lair and you didn't realize you had a chain on. Then one day you get this epiphany that the chain is on and you look down and you're like, oh, I could take this off. But it's like maybe they don't even see the chain. You get what I'm saying? So it's a proverbial metaphor for the trauma that you heal, the curses that you break, all these other things that have been a collection of your experiences over the lifetime of your soul. And, you escaped it successfully, so they can do it. And I feel like you hold on to hope that one day they will figure it out. You may even pray for them. What's the Devil with the Four of Pentacles? The Star. Yeah, I just feel like that's what it is. Nine of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. And you know what's crazy? The Nine of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles tells me that you're not in the Nine of Swords energy for yourself. You're in the Nine of Swords energy for this person. You're crying, you're grieving, you're weeping because this person doesn't get to experience this Nine of Pentacles with you. They don't get to experience this beautiful perspective on life with you. They don't get to see the world the way you see the world. And I feel like that hurts you. They're still asleep. So I don't even think this Nine of Swords is you. I feel like you are afraid that they're never going to make it out. But you still hold on to this connection. And I want you to understand these emotions and understand these different metaphors so you can understand how this may affect your life. So you can understand why you may be up at night. So you can understand why you may be afraid of recognition or self-sabotaging your success. You get what I'm saying? Because you feel bad that you left this person, but you didn't leave this person. They decided not to come with you. You decided to go. They decided to stay. You didn't do anything towards them. You did something to save yourself. You did something for you. And now you get to experience this Nine of Pentacles, but you have to overcome the Nine of Swords. It's not a fear of you missing out. It's a fear of them missing out on the things that you know you're going to achieve or that you know you've already achieved. That's sad. You're still attached to their healing journey. So if you're feeling a way about this, it's because you feel responsible for them when you shouldn't. And I don't mean to be cold about it, but that's what it is. You feel responsible for this person's healing journey. And you're not. You may have saved them several times. Several lifetimes you may have saved them. Several lifetimes maybe you weren't able to save them. And that's where this guilt could be coming from. But don't be ashamed of your healing. Don't be ashamed of choosing yourself. Don't be ashamed of leaving this person behind. Because the more you help this person or the more you make yourself available to this person, the less likely they are to figure out how to get out of the lair. Okay? What's the Queen? Ooh, I said the Queen, bitch. What's the King of Wands for their actions? What's the Queen? Damn. What is the King of Wands? They're in their feminine energy. They're in their feminine energy. What's the King of Wands for their actions towards the collective for this twin flame? Nine of Wands. So we saw the Nine of Pentacles and Swords, Wands. Yeah. They keep trying, but they're exhausted. They're exhausted with trying because truthfully, this person is intimidated by you. They feel like this whole situation is a burden. They feel like this whole situation is draining. This is not you. This is a result. They see it as you, but it's not really you. They're fighting themselves. And they want to blame you for the exhaustion that they feel because it's hard to heal. It's hard to fight back. It's hard to do all of these things to upgrade your life. And they're mad at you because you woke them up to it and now it's hard and they don't want to do it. They lazy. I feel like you set a boundary with this person and they are upset that it's there. Okay. Two of Pentacles. They're indecisive. And the World card. I feel like this person is accepting that this connection is over. However, they refuse to accept what it means. I think you're waiting on this person to come and tell you what this connection means, but they're totally against that because they know what it means. If they admit what it means to you or even out loud to themselves, they will be admitting their own insecurities. They will be admitting their own fear and anxiety. They will be admitting their own weakness. So they're trying to make a decision about whether or not they're going to keep going or let it end. Because according to you, according to them, according to you, so they think based off of your actions or whatever you said that it's over, that it's done with. And now they're starting to understand what it means. So I don't think you should reach out to this person at all. I think you know that. What's the Nine of Wands with the King of Wands, Emperor? Yeah, so upgrading to that next level is hard. And their ego and their pride and some of the low vibrational aspects of this person, they're contemplating whether or not they're going to force their way back into your life past that world card boundary wreath. They're like, should I apply pressure to get what I want? They're questioning that though because they know that's abusive. They know they can't step to you no kind of crazy way. Ten of Swords, Page of Pentacles. Now they feel betrayed. Now they feel sad. Now all of the heavy burdens of the lies that they told are weighing down on them. But I feel like this person knows that they betrayed themselves. They still hold out hope just like you do. They just deal with it in a different way. Ten of Swords, Page of Pentacles. They know that they could quickly change the dynamic of this situation and come into your life and get what they want. So they're very arrogant. They think it would be a lot easier to get back with you than what it may actually be. Okay. But that's kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of like an illusion in my opinion. They're telling themselves this and they think this and they convince themselves of this. Like, oh, if I wanted collective, all I had to do was just give them this little Page of Pentacles. If I want collective, all I got to do is just show them this little Knight of Cups. When in reality, they know they can't. Like, they know they can't assert their dominance or their power because you set a strong boundary to where even their idea of dominance and power that they have would still not be able to beat whatever boundaries you set or whatever you said to them. Because they know you're telling the truth. Is this the type of person where every time you tell them the truth about this connection or how you feel, they get quiet, they shut the fuck up, they don't say much, they put their head down because they're ashamed, because they know. Because you break the illusion of whatever, their pride and ego created. So situation, Six of Wands. Why? Bitch. It's what I said. It's what I said. You've overcome something. You've overcome an obstacle. You maybe even won twice. According to them, since it's a competition, they compete with you because they compare themselves to you, which is a problem in itself. But they see you as winning twice. So because you won? I don't know. Eight of Wands, Six of Swords. Yeah. There's the Eight of Wands. You successfully moved on from this person and they see you getting a lot of attention. So not only did you successfully move on, you are successful after moving on. And it's been working out for you and they see that. So they feel like, damn. And I feel like you made a decision really quickly. You communicated that decision. You didn't second guess yourself. And now they watch you and see that things have gotten better for you in your life. And you know the crazy part that I'm going to tell you right now? that a lot of you may not have realized, or maybe you have, and I'm just confirming it for you. Remember when we talked about the sacrifice that you had to make to stay with them in the lair, or the sacrifice that you had to make to let them go and leave them there? To be honest with you, it kind of feels like they may have pushed you away and sacrificed the life that they had or could have had with you because they knew that they weren't going to be able in this lifetime to reach the potential that they needed to reach to be on your level. So in truth, did they sacrifice themselves to stay and distract the devil while you got away? Interesting. Y'all let me know what you think about that in the comments. Interesting. What's the Six of Wands? Thank you. Six of Cups. I think both of you guys protect each other in your own ways. And I think that's part of the reason that this connection style or this type of connection even exists. Three of Pentacles and the Moon. It's mysterious. How it works, how it comes together, nobody knows. Everybody say they know, but nobody knows. I feel like you're getting a lot of recognition when it comes to your work or your business, whatever it is that you're building, that you kind of shared with them in the past. I feel like you found refuge in this person. You felt comfortable talking about your dreams and your goals and things that you wanted to accomplish. Excuse me. You shared your feelings with them. You shared your dreams with them. You shared your goals with them. You had a lot of big dreams. I feel like both of you aren't really sure if you're going to ever see each other again. And I don't think this person is just some sad sop, not doing anything with their life. I feel like they have success too. I feel like both of you are successful, but it's in different ways. I feel like both of you are recognizing that there's so much you don't know about the past. And I feel like it would benefit you guys to be able to kind of communicate about how things happened. And, the fact that you had to move on from each other and kind of like have closure. But at the same time, that could create delays. That could create more problems. That could create the temptation of a repetition of this cycle. And I kind of feel like Spirit is guiding you away from that. Something that you guys have worked on in the past when it comes to your work or your career is paying off now. Something that you did like 3 years ago, 3 to 6 years ago, it's about to pay off right now. Something that you started 3 to 6 years ago. Okay? Four of Cups, what this connection is trying to teach you. What is that Four of Cups? Two of Pentacles. Yeah. This is trying to teach you not to let rejection affect you so much. I feel like this connection taught you not to let rejection affect you so much. I feel like this connection is teaching them or trying to teach them to appreciate what you have in life when it comes to like the next best thing. Like, we're in a society full of people who never appreciate what they have because they always want the next thing. And I feel like that was their lesson. Your lesson was to accept rejection and understand that it's not a reflection of you. Again, escaping the lair. This is not a reflection of you. This is a reflection of their choices on them and your choices on you. For what? The purpose of your overall growth. I also feel like this is teaching you how to make decisions more effectively, okay? To understand what's a priority and what's not, what's more valuable and what's not, and how to manage your emotions when you feel like you're not getting the results that you should or the results that you want. Temperance. King of Pentacles. Interesting. We've not seen any other kings. We have the King of Wands and the Emperor, but we never saw the King of Cups. We never saw the King of Wands in this deck, but we have it out here. But we never saw the King of Cups or the King of Swords. Now the King of Pentacles is showing up. You see what I mean? This also was a connection that was meant to teach you both about compromise and teamwork and what it takes to build an effective team. Yeah. What it would take to build an effective team, what it would take to be an effective partner in a relationship. I feel like rejection is protection, because the Temperance is basically saying that Spirit is putting situations together, putting you together with people who would be a more effective team player to you than this person. Like bringing you a King of Pentacles energy. Somebody who's reliable, who's stable, who's secure, who's not as prideful and egotistical about what it is that they have to offer, but they're also not insecure about what they have to offer. Somebody who's more balanced. What's the Two of Pentacles with the Four of Cups? Nine of Cups. Ooh. Like, do you really want somebody who's arrogant? Do you really want someone who is an asshole and full of ego all the time, who feels like they know everything? No. Do you want somebody who doesn't really get excited about anything in life, who you always have to be enthusiastic for? You got to be enthusiastic for both of y'all motherfuckers. You got to be excited about life for both of y'all motherfuckers. They always depressed. They always down. They never satisfied. They're never grateful for what they have. They're always looking for the next best thing. They can't just enjoy the fucking moment. What do you think that life would look like? Your spirit team know you better than that. Even if you guys have a strong connection and there's things that you like about this person, your spirit team knows that it's not sustainable. They're bringing you a connection that is your justice. I feel like you're also getting justice for this situation. This situation got you so far when it comes to knowing who you are. And they want you to be grateful for that. They want you to try to see it from a different perspective so you can understand how it created stability and security within you, how it created the desire for you to show up and be the version of yourself that you actually want to be, not the version of yourself that is kind of, I don't want to say untamed, but yeah. Like, it's okay to be wild sometimes. It's okay to let your freak flag fly. But there are certain situations where you have to show up in order to show out. And if you're always drinking with this person, smoking with this person, fucking this person, laying around with this person, and y'all are fully entranced and engulfed in each other's energy, how the fuck are you going to get anything done? Because y'all are not an effective team. And I don't think it's because of you, but there are parts of you that played a part in that. if for no other reason than you continuing to pour into it when it was no longer viable. Spirit is bringing you what it is that you want in a partner. That's what it is. And they're bringing you together with this person. And they don't want you to treat whoever this is coming into your life. Because I really do feel with the 7 and the 4 of Pentacles, that's 11 Pentacles, which basically leads you back to an ace, right? Well, whoever this person is coming into your life, they don't want you to treat this person the same way as they treat this twin flame treated you. What's the Wheel of Fortune for what's hidden? Oh my. I don't know if y'all can see this, but it's the 4 of Cups, the 6 of Pentacles, the 5 of Wands, and the Tower. The 4 of Cups again, though. Yeah, the Devil's Lair is like the Tower. Are you going to jump or are you going to be pushed? Or die in the rubble and the wreckage? Are you going to jump and have faith that you'll land? Or are you going to be stubborn and stay here and either die in the wreckage of the tower falling, proverbially, or be crushed by it as you're pushed out? I feel like the universe stepped in. There's definitely a turning of the tables here. You may receive some communication from this person where they're going to be very aggressive, argumentative, because they want to project this disappointment that they feel onto you. There's going to be a shift because twin flame connections are just tugs of war. Death card, yep. And the 7 of Pentacles, see what I'm saying? All this time that you've spent thinking about what you would like to see from this person or what you would like this experience and connection to evolve into is now what they're thinking about. Because I feel strongly that you guys, again, made a clean break. You put up a strong boundary. You said what you needed to say and you got the fuck on. There's a change that's been happening for a long time here that's creating a tower that is going to cause commotion. And it's going to force this person to prioritize thinking about all the things that they're disappointed with or all the things that they regret or all the things that they didn't appreciate in their life. I don't know exactly what this is, but that's when that 7 of Pentacles is going to switch to their energy. This could be a world thing. Like their circumstances could change because the circumstances of the world are changing. There could be some type of devastation when it comes to where they live. These are not things that you should hope for. These are not things that I'm hoping for. I'm reading the motherfucking cards. They could experience a death in their life. And they could be fighting a lot of demons. And it's basically part of their destiny. And Spirit is kind of like forcing them to prioritize being more grateful, appreciating what they have when they have it, understanding how rejection affects them and other people. And they're going to, King of Wands, 9 of Swords. I feel like they're going to be thinking about how much pain they caused you over time. But I feel like you're going to be moved on. I think you've already made this first few steps. They know it's coming. They don't want to accept it right now, though. Because spiritually, if you spend lifetimes hanging out with somebody in the spirit realm, they think you're going to be there forever. Even if this was just a transition from your last lifetime to this one, right? Because when you watch those near-death experiences, people say, oh, I was only out unconscious for 3 minutes, but it feels like I was in the spirit realm forever. They tell these extravagant stories about bouncing all around the world, and you wonder why these ghost videos show spirits jetting back and forth in the window, and you wonder why they move so goddamn fast, because that's what the spirit, that's what your spirit, it has no restrictions if you're truly, free. I feel like ghosts that get trapped in like buildings and stuff, I don't know. Some of them might be free and be choosing to be there. Some of them aren't free. But you see the videos where they jet back and forth. So that's why in the NDEs, the people who, die and get brought back, resuscitated, they're only out maybe for like most 5 minutes. And they get brought back, but they feel like they've been gone for weeks. So it's like, I think you guys spent a great deal of time in the spirit realm, which may not be that long for us as humans, but it was an eternity. And if you think about that, and you think about how quick in our time that your souls spent together in the spirit realm, maybe that'll help you rationalize letting go of this person or accepting the connection. Why is the Justice card here for advice? Oh, Temperance reversed. The deck is not upside down. If this doesn't come together, Spirit is saying that that's the way it's meant to be. I feel like you guys are rationalizing and coming to terms with the fact that this may not come together. Yeah, the Lovers and the Three of Pentacles. You have to make a decision about whether or not you want to keep waiting or whether or not you want to keep working on this. But the Justice card also says that because you have free will, whatever you choose, it will be justice. It will be what's meant to be. I don't want to ever bully you guys into thinking you have to listen to me, because you don't. And your intuition is what you should trust first versus what anyone says online. But I'm telling you right now, if you choose to continue to hold space for this person, you have to also understand that with that choice comes the acceptance that you may not ever get recognition in this connection, and that it may never come together, and you're just going to be waiting forever. And you may have to deal with the consequences and repercussions of that, because that's what the Justice card is saying. If you choose to basically not come together or accept that it's not going to come together, you also have to deal with the repercussions and consequences on the other side of how you're going to feel knowing that. But whatever choice you make, Spirit is not blaming you or punishing you for it. What's the Temperance reversed? Ace of Wands reversed. If you want to this is the caveat. If you want to pursue your goals, and if you want your goals to be realized when it comes to your job, your career, success, your legacy, building your legacy and getting recognition for the work that you've done in your life, you're going to have to choose what you focus on. You can't bounce back and forth. So if you choose to expect or set a goal to come together with this person, you may not get the life that you strive for on your own. If you choose not to come together with this person, I feel like you will end up being granted by the universe, by Spirit, by God, the things that you've always wanted in your life before you knew this person or this type of connection existed. Page of Wands, confirmation. Yeah. That's what the justice card is. The justice card is not saying anything is right or wrong. The justice card is just saying that, like, whatever you choose, you're going to get the result of that. So the advice is for you to understand that. When you were a child, you wanted something. You wanted your life to look a certain way. You wanted to experience certain things. And I feel like you shared that with this person, or you've thought about that during your life. And when you were around this person or handling this person or dealing with this person, or as you're dealing with them now, you have to ask yourself, do you think that you will be able to accomplish those things or do all of those things that you dreamed you would do when you were young, dealing with this connection? Continuing to take this person back, having to take days and weeks and months out of your life to pick up the pieces from the damage that they cause. Will you be able to be productive? Will you be able to get anything done? Because you have to make a choice. And if you focus on this person, you're not going to be able to get anything done. They will consume your life. If you choose to let them go, you'll be more productive, but you'll always miss their presence. That'll never go away. The Three of Swords. Ultimately, this connection has a lot of pain attached to it. So I feel like what this is either saying that you need to heal from it and focus on what it was trying to tell you and teach you, or you have been healing from it. And there's some type of justice that you're going to get when it comes to the work that you've been putting in and the goals that you feel like you would never reach, connected to you facing this difficulty. What else for the collective? First of all, let's start over here. Scorpio energy with the Tower, Sag possibly with the Wheel of Fortune, also Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, Sagittarius with the Temperance, Capricorn with the Devil, Aquarius with the Star, and then you have the Emperor, which is Aries, possibly Taurus. We already said Leo, yeah, all fire signs. Then we have the Empress, which is either Libra, Taurus, possibly Virgo, because the Hangman is reversed. That could be Virgo or Pisces, in my opinion. And then Libra and Taurus with the Justice card, along with Sag with the Temperance, but also Gemini. Oh, okay. Friends. I think a group setting would help keep things light and fun. But see, that's what I was saying. This person likes to hang with people who connect to and relate to their friends and family members. You would say some different shit that they would be feeling judged by these people for. Whatever. The day was okay. I mean, I don't mind going out again. And work. You're so smart. I love that I can discuss work with you. I don't know. It's like, what is this message? It's like this person feels a connection with you that I feel like is stronger than the people that they hang out with. But the groupthink mentality that outweighs people's individuality is overpowering the strong connection that they have with you. So tribal mindsets, groupthink, mob mentality, the acceptance that people crave from the group, the popularity that people crave from the group, and the fear of being exiled or shunned is kind of like battling neck and neck with this person's strong connection with you. Like the people who they want acceptance from, they could care less about. But the fact that they strive for and crave acceptance makes that it makes that consideration stronger. New discovery. Every time I see you, I discover something new about you. Yeah. Outdoors. Let's enjoy the outdoors. Keep it simple and fun. Chemistry. The chemistry is so strong, it's setting my mind on fire. See what I'm saying? It's like you make this person feel free, and these other connections make them feel confined. They could care less. They don't really have any attachment other than the acceptance that those connections being in their life bring. If their family don't fuck with you, or you start to call out the shit that's toxic that they know exists, but that they don't like detach from in their friend groups, in their family dynamics, in their work settings, that threatens their reality, and you shatter the illusion. But when you bring them outside, literally or metaphorically, and you show them different things that they can't get in those situations, that's what builds the attraction. Because not only do they start to discover things about you, but about themselves. Blow your mind. I'm doing my best to impress you. They talk to their friends about you. But it's like they talk about you to their friends. Like they act like they don't really care that much. They say you're really smart. They tell their friends you're really smart. They tell their family you're really smart. But they act like they downplay their feelings for you to the people in their life. Even though they secretly are trying to impress you, and they like to learn new things about you, and they feel this ridiculous amount of chemistry, they downplay it so they can fit in. Catfish, see what I'm saying? I created a fake identity in order to lure you in. Testing the waters. I'm exploring the potential of this relationship. So, yeah. Their fake identity is with their groups. And they want to impress you because you help them to see things about themselves that they've never seen before. You help them see themselves in a more authentic way that they've never seen before. And they like that because it feels good, because it's natural. It's not beige. Everybody likes beige. You're colorful. Their groups and their friends and their family and their coworkers are not. The work that they do has a role to play too. I don't know what they do for work, but they can talk about work with you. And I feel like you help them understand like aspects of their job that other people who they talk to at their job or in their groups don't understand. This person is like a unicorn in a sea of horses. And so are you. But they shave their horn down. They can't change the fact that they are a unicorn. So it's like they glow too. But I feel like they just are afraid to glow with all those people that they know aren't going to understand it. So they glow with you. But then they also point the finger at you when because you haven't shaved down your unicorn horn. It's like you guys are in the same crowds. Maybe you even have a lot of mutuals with this person, or maybe you were friends with this person first, but you're in the same crowds, but they are afraid to walk as if you do. They're afraid to really accept this. They may have success. They may want attention, but they don't want it to outweigh how people feel about them when it comes to being comfortable around them, because unicorns make people uncomfortable. If a bunch of horses were around a unicorn, they probably wouldn't care. But for the purpose of the metaphor, the unicorn makes the other horses uncomfortable. They shaved down their crown and painted their fur to look like a horse because they don't want to make other people uncomfortable. Because they're actually a unicorn, they stand out, but the other horses think they're a horse. So they're like, oh my God, he's the coolest horse. Not knowing that he's a unicorn. Not knowing that she's a unicorn that shaved down her horn. So while they recognize and understand that you are the same, they also are afraid of what it takes for you to walk around exposed. What's friends, new discovery, and blow your mind? 9 of Pentacles. 2 of Cups, Death card. Okay. I feel like some of you guys are possibly going to meet someone who you feel a similar connection with, because I feel like we were talking about somebody from the past, but I also feel like you're kind of meeting. Do you all believe in multiple twin flames? Do y'all believe in that? Hold on. I'm being nosy. I'm trying to see what's going on. I hear a truck. Oh. I'm being nosy. Okay. I feel like they have a Scorpio friend or a Cancer or Virgo friend that talks to them about like being single. Either they had another relationship with somebody else and now they're single, or they talk to this person about how much their life would change if they chose not to be single. Somebody's impressionable. 8 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. This person told you that they wanted to be single. They may have walked away from you or rejected you, or they didn't want to give you the relationship that you wanted, the commitment that you wanted, because they were like, oh, I'm married to my work, or, you know, I just want to be single. But it's really an illusion, because they don't want to be single. They feel lonely in these crowds. They could be in a crowd of people and still feel like they're alone. But when they're with you, they feel seen because you're another unicorn. And so either you walked away from them or they walked away from you because of that. But that was a lie. They really don't want to be single. Not at all. They kind of feel like you're out of their league. They try to find ways to impress you, but with the catfish card, that's not really who they see themselves as. I feel like they are impressive. You feel like they're impressive, but because they feel like they're catfishing, or because they feel like they're putting on to impress you, they don't think that that's really them, not knowing that you bring out the truth in them. They feel like the truth in them is a lie. So when they're being their true selves with you, they feel like they're faking because they've adapted so much to this false painted over version of themselves. It's kind of fucked up. It's really a mind fuck. Anything else that the collective needs to know when it comes to this twin flame message? Old school, outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. I feel like this person has outdated like perspectives, and you have the desire to evolve your perspective. Love, unconditional love, self-love, and wholeness. Affection and attraction, selflessness. And clock, needing time, cycles, and takes time to heal, progressing. I feel like you're going to always love this person, but you know they're stuck in the past, or you know that if you don't move on, you'll be stuck with them. Sunglasses, watching, looking, perception, stalking, date, Get back out there, meeting someone new, setting the date online. See what I'm saying? This person is always watching you. They're always watching you to see if you're dating someone, talking to someone, posting someone. The snake, the competition, an enemy. The other woman, look over your shoulder. Ooh, there's somebody who this person is dating who's watching you, which is crazy. It's crazy. Some bitches competing with you, or some niggas competing with you because you dated this person in the past, or they know that your twin flame still wants you and don't really want them. Whoever this is, they know that this person is settling for them and they really want you. Because they see them watching your social media, looking into you, looking you up. Because, you know, there are different generations out here. This person could be looking at, like, old class pictures of you, old yearbooks, whatever. And if they see you moving on, anyone who's in your life, whether they're a new relationship or not, whoever this person is that you consider to be your twin flame, they see them as competition. Whoever is new that shows up in your life, who duplicates this twin flame energy, they see other people around you as competition, even if you just met them. And whoever they deal with sees you as competition, even if they don't know you. And you don't want this person. One more card. Clock. Yep. I knew it was going to come out. Then you have runner. Fear of intimacy, running away, intensity and letting go, turmoil and fleeting. Ascending. Ooh. Learning and expansion, transcending, preparing for union, new phase. Some of you are about to... It's like you're tired of running from what this connection is. You're accepting what it is. And that's allowing you to transcend to the next phase of your life. To transmute the energy and not let it be like blocked and create blockages within you. Yeah. What's the old school sunglasses and clock? Oh, I fell on the floor. Yep. Two of Wands reversed. So if this person sees you living your life, moving on, being with somebody or being single, they know they made the wrong decision. And you know it's the wrong decision to stick around. Page of Swords. Look at that. Ace of Wands. They're watching you do new things. And they're bitter. They're kind of in this bitter energy where they feel like you're making the wrong choice to move on. But they know that they ain't doing shit. Okay. What's this? One more card. Yep. Bitter. King of Swords reversed. Bitter. Angry. Mentally and verbally, communicatively immature. Making bad decisions. They feel like you're unwise or you're making bad decisions. Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles for doing it. They just resent you. They resent you for leaving them behind, even though their higher self sacrificed you so that you could be free. That's what happens when you're confused about who you are. Catfish. Some of y'all have a new person coming into your life that you will have the opportunity to build some type of experience with. You're going to be very attracted to this person with the Ace of Wands. And there could be a lot of potential in the connection. They are not going to be ugly. They are not going to be broke. They are not going to be lame. And I feel like they're going to show you true emotion. But you have to make a choice. Yeah, Ten of Wands. This person is forcing themselves not to talk to you. And then they sit and watch you. And spy on you. Or they have someone in their life who they're dealing with who is jealous of you. And they are basically forcing this person not to talk to you. Devil. Queen of Wands. Yeah. They lie to themselves and say that they're attracted to this person. But they're not. Oh. They're forcing happiness with this Queen of Wands. This person could be a Pisces, Aries, Leo, Sag, Capricorn. But they're being forced not to talk to you, or they're forcing themselves not to talk to you. Because either they're attracted to you on such a level where they still envision their future with you. They are attached to the future that they dream about with you. And they're trying to force themselves not to think about it, because they know that would be the wrong choice. But they still watch you. They can't do it. Or someone else is forcing them. Because whoever the next person is feels insecure. That's crazy. Crazy, 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 crazy. Ooh. Crazy, 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 crazy. That's Ashanti, but it's supposed to be baby. Baby, 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 baby. Baby, 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 baby. Let me stop. What's the advice for the collective when it comes to this twin flame reading? The Black Prince's Ruby Lust. Each of us is born with a box of matches inside us, but we can't strike them all by ourselves. So what is this saying? Everything I've been saying. This person helped to light a fire up under your ass. They probably made you mad. They probably pissed you off. They probably made you sad and depressed, bitter, angry. And we all have to accept that there's a place for those feelings. There's a place for those emotions. But it's your responsibility and their responsibility and everybody's motherfucking responsibility to be able to deal with them properly. You know? The X-Men dude who got the laser eyes can't just go around looking at motherfuckers without his sunglasses on. He's got to learn how to transmute that. He's got to put on his glasses. So it's like, this person lit a match under your butt and they inspired you to do a lot of things. And that is beautiful. And you don't have to feel any way drastically towards them. Spirit just wants you to understand that, so that you can see the value that they had in your life and the value that this connection had in your life without it overcoming you, without it drowning you. Okay. Lapis lazuli open. The only way to find true happiness is to risk being completely cut open. Yeah. And I feel like you did that. And it helped you to discover like what it is that you really want, who you really want to be, and also the gifts and the abilities that you have. Because those things are required for whatever it is that you're supposed to do. Aragonite says change. Be the change that you wish to see in the world. That's really beautiful energy. You allowed yourself to be open with this person. You allow for them to cut you metaphorically. You allow for them to hurt you. You allow for your feelings to be on the table. And you took a chance. And I feel like if this person wasn't able to do that, it's okay. But you did it, and that's what matters. And now they were assisting you and helping you in striking the match and lighting the fire under your butt so that you could be a change or create the change that you want to see in the world. I hope that helped you guys. Y'all be sure to like and subscribe to continue to catch the vibe. If you want more twin flame readings, y'all got to let me know. You got to put it in the comments below. You got to like the video. You got to hype this bad boy up. Share it with people. Get the view count up, you guys. And then I'll do some more. But I appreciate you guys so much for being here. If you want to book a personal reading, the link is below. And if you found this reading helpful and you'd like to donate or contribute to the channel, the best way to do it is through the PayPal link below or the Zelle information listed in the description box, you guys. It's really helpful when you guys donate. You don't have to, because the best donation is to like the video. But if you feel so inclined, I would greatly appreciate it. And I hope to see you guys next time, okay? That's it. That's all. Bye.